Hi, I think I'm live. Hello, loves. Hope you had a lovely weekend and were able to spend time with your loved ones and stuff like that. So I just wanted to come on today to speak about something that happened yesterday. And because I want to pull myself up on my own behaviour, but also share what I've noticed, what I noticed about the whole situation. Hiya, guys. Hi, Kira Grace. You're supposed to be in school. What are you doing? Oh, breaking the rules. Go, girl. Oh my god, that's so funny. So anyway, right, so yesterday I was doing, I had a lovely day with my girls. They surprised me. It was really nice. How my daughter got into the okay. Yeah, okay, Kira. Good job. Yeah, my oldest daughter managed to get in the house without me even noticing, and they set me up a lovely afternoon tea, which was really nice. Gorgeous, in fact. It was really, really lovely. So yeah, I had a lovely day. I hope you all did too. But I'd aware of energies being intense and what have you, and we were all a bit knackered in the afternoon, so we chilled out and stuff. But the thing that I wanted to speak to was in the evening, there's a couple of people that I follow and have done for years, and as we are all, online and doing whatever we need to do to move through these shifts that are happening and things that are happening in our reality, as we're all moving through this right now, we're just doing the best that we can. And some people have got awareness of some things, and some people have got awareness of other things. And anyway, so before I waffle on, because I'm hoping that this may be helpful, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel later on. But there's a couple of people that I've followed for years, and you would say that they're spiritual community, light workers, whatever. And one of them is Magenta Pixie, who's a channel and guide and has helped and done work for years. And just done what she's been guided to do. I don't know her personally. I resonate with what she shares. And then there's the same with there's a few people that I follow or resonate with, and quite often we are drawn to different people at different times. So the other one that I'm going to refer to here today is Laurie Ladd, and again, beautiful being, sharing her truth and her experience in the world right now, and is really helping. And both of these people are helping and encouraging people to stand in their truth and to tune into their own intuition and their own guidance, and they're just really lovely people. And so I was looking at Telegram or whatever yesterday evening, and recently there's been somebody putting video together bashing the New Age community, and this is what I wanted to speak to really, because it's this thing of it's more divide, more polarity, more separation because of the labels that we think are, what does a New Ager look like? What does a New Ager speak like? What does somebody who's, what does a Catholic look like, speak like? What does a gay person look like, speak like? It's like all of these labels that we put on things immediately put us into this place of judging each other. And I sort of fell into I'm pulling myself up on my own reaction and response to what happened yesterday. So there's been this person who is making videos to highlight what they are labelling new agers, and basically saying that they're talking a load of bull, but very personal, anyway, right, let me just go back for a minute. So I saw this notification. Magenta had said that she's been bashed recently. Somebody stuck up for her in a very loving and compassionate way, open to to comment and reaching out. And I don't know the names of all of these other people. I just know that I follow Magenta. So, and then she'd said something about now this person was making a video about Laurie. So I was like, oh God. So I headed over to this channel, and it was obviously, I'll do what I feel guided to do in that moment. So I went over, and it just so happened to be starting at the time. In fact, no, it wasn't. I went over, defensively made a comment, because I just thought, do you know what? I'm so sick of people. Why would you make a video about someone to just, to slag them off? What's the point? What's the point in that? Who is that helpful to? Nobody. So I got, I was triggered. I was triggered in a way of, oh God, really? So I went on, and but then straight away, because I was in defensive mode, I judged that person. I hadn't actually seen this person's work or what they're sharing. I went on in defense of something and judged that person. And even though it was still in an open way, I still sort of said, made myself almost better than that person, because I said, why don't you take a look in the mirror, and sort of, telling a few home truths. But I haven't seen that person, met that person, don't know anything about that person. I just know that they're making a video that's slagging off somebody else, which, again, why? What's the point? But I immediately went into defensive mode and said, why don't you have a look at yourself, all self-righteous. And it's because that's what's coming up in me at the moment of I'm not better than anybody else. Everybody's navigating this journey the best way that they can. People that are making videos, and, those people who, I don't see Magenta or Laurie as gurus, and they wouldn't label themselves as gurus either. They're sharing their work and what they're feeling guided to do in the world, so that it might help somebody else. That's it. So why is somebody making a video trying to slag them off for doing that? So I realised I had this little thing of, maybe look in the mirror and, do you realise that a person's trauma, we get stuck at our last unresolved trauma. We remain the emotional age of our last unresolved trauma, which is all things that I've learned, and that's true. But what I did say at the end, because I was so pissed off, I was just like, do you know what? Just mind your own fucking business. And I meant it. But in the same token, after I'd posted, and this was before the video even went live, I came off and I was like, look what you've just done, like, stompy child, and F off and mind your own fucking business. Because that's the truth of it, really. But I should be minding mine then, shouldn't I? You know, who am I to tell that person not to, you know, to speak their truth or whatever? Although the thing that they were speaking about is just basically to slag someone else off, which is that's not right. As far as I'm concerned, that's making it other people's business, I suppose. So anyway, I immediately realised my own behaviour and thought, okay, that was a bit judgy. You haven't even watched it. You're only going by what other people have said. So it just so happened that as I was making my comment, the video went live. So I carried on starting to watch it. And literally this guy was talking about slagging off the way that she spoke, slagging off the way that she sat, slagging off, saying that the way that she spoke was all hypnotic and this, that and the other, and this is what the new age community are trying to do to people, and they're not taking action and all of that. And so then I was coming back to, I was like, oh my God, man, really? Why? You know, everyone's going through this shit right now. And if somebody's making, you know, saying something that's, you know, because they're coming from a different awareness or a different perspective, and they're helping people, bringing comfort to people in a time that is really shit, what is wrong with that? And of course, loads of people who support Laurie and support Magenta had jumped on this video. I'm laughing because it's all just ridiculous. We are all like kids in a playground. You know, we're all trying to navigate this. We're all trying to work our way through and do the best we can for ourselves, for our friends, for our families, and, you know, friends, loved ones. If there's something that we find out or realise, you know, it's all of this. It's the new age community. It's the truther community. It's the, you know, then there's the different religions and this, that and the other. And it's like I always say, you know, I don't know if Kira's still watching, but I say to my kids, just everybody just love each other, support each other's choices and decisions and perspectives. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, Nikki's saying a perfect example of how we reflect the anger of others back at them. Difference is you recognise what you did, and I did. Thanks. Yeah, I did, and so that's why I'm making this video today, because this is the only thing that we can do is pull ourselves up on our own behaviour. We can't control another person. And we are in a time where we're leaping to the defence of somebody else because we're all figuring out. There's loads of untruths coming to light. There's loads of, you know, there's segregation and divide and people are just trying to figure things out and do what's best. And who am I to judge that guy? But again, like as I was watching, I was just like, oh my God, how is this helpful? How is this helpful? He was talking about, you know, the fact that they're speaking, that the New Agers are promoting the fact of just working on yourself and sitting back and letting things happen. And when we're in a time where we need to be taking action. Well, in her doing that, that is her way of taking action, of doing whatever she can in the moment, you know, from her perspective of what she's seeing. She is taking action. And you know, somebody out there, but then other people came back to my comments, and were basically saying that somebody said that I was a hypocrite, which I was. And I said, yeah, I am. I realised that because straight away I went into defence and judgment. And then I ended up turning the comments off because it just became, again, it's like I say, it just then I was laughing watching his video and what he was saying. And then I was laughing at myself and my own reaction to it. And then I was laughing at other people's comments. It was quite fun. But at the same time, then I did get this overwhelming feeling of, oh my God, this is just, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of people. You know, we all want the same thing. And I did say that in the comments. You know, we're all human. And, you know, we're all seeing things from our own perspective. And we all want the same thing. You know, we all want to just live with freedom and love. And, you know, we want to love each other and be able to do the things that we want to do and be who we are in the world without judgment and ridicule and, you know, other people making us feel like shit. You know, that's all we want. We all want the same. So it was. I was sort of like, you know, if I'm a spiritual person and follow you know, what would be the label of a spiritual path, because that's right. I switched the comments off, and then I got up this morning and somebody had commented, "Did you really say mind your own fucking business?" Yeah, I did. Because I minded my own business. I went off and I was like, yeah, okay. I pulled myself up on my own behaviour, which is all I can do. I made a comment, you know, and people were saying something, but you're not going to change my mind. And I was like, I'm not trying to change your mind. It started becoming a battle. It was ridiculous, but it is. You know, I'll mind my own fucking business. You go mind yours. And if you don't like what somebody's sharing or somebody's saying, then scroll on, scroll past. A lot of these people that are sharing stuff like that, like, you know, they've got massive followings. They might have massive followings, but they've also taken a lot of shit from people judging them just for sharing their work and their experience, because it triggers people, just like this guy triggered me. And I went into defence mode because there's no need for it, is there? There's no need. Who is that helpful to in a time that is so conflicting and so, you know, confusing? And, you know, the things that I teach and the videos that I share, I do, you know, share tapping things to help people. And, you know, I don't know, just whatever comes up at the time, it changes. Things about that I'm learning about common law and, or, you know, about the doctors whose voices are being hidden and taken away. I've got a platform there, so I'll share things that might be helpful to somebody. But it's not because I think that I'm better than anyone else. It's not because I think that they should do what I say. We're at a time where everybody needs to make their own, you know, come back into your own heart and your own guidance and your own intuition and do what feels right for you. And if you're responsible for other people in your life, if you've got children, then you do what feels right for them. I saw another post the other day that was basically saying that if you send your kids back to school, that you're throwing them under the COVID bus. How judgmental is that? You know, all these systems are collapsing and breaking down because there is a bigger picture to it. There's a metaphysical part to it. There's an energetic thing about it. There's an ascension path. There is all of these things, and it's all converging. But what we're experiencing in our physical reality is happening. You know, it's happening within us. It's happening externally. There's like I say, a metaphysical, a scientific part of it, and then there's the thing of, you know, our reality, our individual reality, our collective reality of what we're experiencing. But everybody's doing their best, and there's some things that we don't know yet, individually and collectively. And we can only do the best with what we know. And when we know better, we can choose better. But who is anybody else to say that if they're sending their kids back to school right now, that they're chucking them under the COVID bus? That's just, you know, awful. Why would you try and put down a parent who is trying so hard to do the right thing for their child. It's not just because they're trying to get rid of them out of the house because we've been in lockdown for however long. It's because at the moment there isn't another alternative for them, or at the moment that is what they feel is best for their child. And nobody should be share your truth, share your experiences, share what if it might be helpful to somebody. But we need to stop judging each other. And and me too, I did it. Judge that person, but because he was slagging someone else off, and there's no need for it. So mind your own fucking business, and I'll mind mine. And we can, why not reach out and collaborate with these people and try and understand them to come to a place of unity and stand up and do something together. There's no need to make a video to specifically just to slag someone off, and in particular to say how they slag off how they speak and how they sit and how they and that's all attributed to the new age. I make videos. Sometimes I'm walking out in nature. Sometimes I'm like now I'm sat on my sofa. Sometimes I'll sit and do something that maybe comes across and looks more professional, let's say. But what even is that these days? Everybody's set up their own little studios in their houses to be, our kids we've had to do it for kids' schooling. We've had to do it everybody's zoomed out, aren't they? Doing Zoom calls left, right and centre. I speak to me friend in Australia, but people are just doing whatever they can to get by and to do what's best. We've all had to get good at using this technology because that's the way that we're communicating with each other. It's also showing up things that are being hidden. It's also giving people who might not have had a voice before a platform to speak. It's also making some of us be a bit more brave, like me, because I would never have done this before. And rather than slagging each other off, maybe try and come to a place of understanding. And, you don't know what's going on in another person's life. Yeah, it is. That sort of behaviour leads to situations like Caroline Flack. Exactly. Who is anybody to judge anybody else? So, my comment, I go back to the comment that I said at to the guy, which, again, perhaps was in judgment and defence to start with. But it's also true of look in the mirror. I do every day. If I feel like I might have spoken out of turn or I've been unkind or judgmental, I'll pull myself up. I've got that level of self-awareness. And I will always try and treat people with care and kindness and compassion. And if they've got another point of view, listen to that. But I'm not going to judge another person for doing what they feel is right for them. So anyway, yeah. And there's so many, because of this stuff that's going on, it's really intense, and the energies are intense as the planet shifts, and so that makes things, emotions intense, and that makes people, it is literally like a playground full of children. We're all trying to, you've got the ones who are, cracking on and playing football because they just can't, they just want to have fun and do what they're doing, and you've got the other, the little loner in the corner who doesn't know where they fit, and everybody, we're all just trying to fit in. We're all just trying to do the best that we can. So I wanted to share that today because if it might be helpful, and again I'll put it on my YouTube channel And that's it. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's another thing. Get on me high horse now. That just because because that person that came back this morning and said, "Did you really say mind your own fucking business?" Because their perception of me is as of this new age, person, I suppose, who's who likes Laurie Ladd, her work. Somebody else said something about, oh, you need help, about taking your own, saying something about my own personal development or something, and it's like I say, then the comments started, and it becomes a battle. There's no need for it to become a battle, is there? And I said to that person, you're absolutely right, yeah, because sometimes I am contradictory, and sometimes I am I am defensive, and because I'm human. We're all human, and we're all doing the best that we can. And instead of bashing somebody else, reach out to them, perhaps maybe collaborate, try and understand, because this guy has also got a massive following of people. So imagine if all of these people with these massive followings came together against not even against anything, just in unity and love and compassion for each other, without judgment. All of these separate little groups and communities. Imagine if they all came together to say, I love you, I honour you, and thanks for being the puzzle piece that you are in the greater game, in the greater puzzle. From your doing things and seeing things from your perspective. Thank you for that. I love you for that. Thanks for doing the best that you can. Thanks for serving the collective in whatever way you can. Thanks for sharing your wisdom and your knowledge. Thank you. I love you for that. How about that? How about they come together? Because I'm the first one to come to somebody's defence and all of that. But why should we need to? We're not children. Well, maybe, yeah, for the most part. But if we treated each other as we were children in a playground, perhaps that would be better. Perhaps, because you wouldn't. We've all been through that as well in school and stuff, haven't we? Where we've been bullied, or we've been the bully, or we've been, we've all experienced that as kids. So maybe now as adults we can make a different choice, and we can reach out to the one that's standing in the corner crying because they don't feel like they fit in. Maybe we can go and join in the game of football. Maybe we can get the skipping ropes out. Maybe, like I saw a lovely video the other day, we can all get in a big circle and do the okie dokie. Because that's what it's all about. I had that conversation with my lovely friend Kath, and she will watch this at some point. Love you. And again, we're like, it is literally, because some of the stuff that, I've do myself or whatever is, we were like, yeah, what if it is the okie dokie and all of the madness and craziness of the things that are going on, and you're like, oh my God, really? I behave like that, they behave like that, flipping heck, and it all comes down to getting in a circle and doing the okie dokie, because that is fun, that is unity, that is just being whoever you are in the circle and all coming together to sing one song, loving each other where we're at. And for me, that is what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So yeah, that's my little realisation and pulling up on my own behaviour, and I'm hoping that I don't get a shitload of comments on the other thing that I commented on, but at the same time, it was my choice. I didn't need to make a comment either, so it's choice and consequence, and I will I will take it, because, you know, as much as I am love and light and this, that and the other, I'm also, you know, I'll take action where I need to take action, and I'll do what feels right for me and for my daughter who's still living at home, and be support for my adult kids who are out doing their thing in the world, amazingly, being beautiful shining lights in their own lives, in their own worlds, which is what, you know, that's my job's done. They've got their own bright spark now. So thank you for being here. If you're here live, I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel as well, or you can watch back later. I hope maybe that it's helped somebody, and, you know, just love each other, and you know, if you realise that you've acted out of turn, or you've judged, or you've been shit to someone else, oh, that's what I was going to say, yeah, sorry, God, I keep going to wind up and then thinking of something else. So the fact that I said mind your own fucking business, it's just words, it's just like, it is, you know, it is mine. Whoever that commented on me saying, did you really say mind your own fucking business? Yes, I did, because, you know, it obviously their perception of me is of this a new age person or spiritual person, and spiritual people don't swear, and spiritual people aren't judgment, and spiritual people, it's like, don't put me in a box, you know. Yeah, I do swear sometimes, more these days than I ever have, I've got to say, because, you know, it's just words, and I'm not doing it or saying it to you know, to judge someone else. I'm not being disrespectful, I'm not being rude, and if I am, I'll pull myself up on it, because I'll realise really pretty quick that I'm coming from a triggered place rather than from my heart. And I will. Yeah, embracing your shadow, Nikki, bang on. Which is also what these guys were talking about in the video. And again, and I did comment, we all want the same thing. We're all human. We're all looking at we're embracing our shadow. We're embracing those dark parts of ourselves, which are really, really difficult to look at. And it's courageous to do that. And it's empowering to do that. You hit the deck, you fall to your knees, you do what you need to do, you feel what you need to feel. You realise and recognise what your own patterns are. And when you let yourself feel it, you heal it. When you embrace it, like you say, integrate it, you empower yourself. And you know, it allows you to show up in the world as you are. But it's still, you know, you don't get that power from slagging somebody else off, or telling somebody else how they need to behave or how they need to be. Look in the mirror. Embrace your own stuff. Own your own shit. And when you realise that you've maybe behaved wrong, or that your behaviour has hurt another person, then you can make another choice. We've all got a choice. We can all choose again. And I'd like to apologise. I sort of have energetically already, and I sort of did in the comments but you know, I'm sorry if my comment has caused somebody else discomfort or pain. But at the same time, maybe congratulations, because that might make you look at yourself too. And that's all we can do. So loads of love. I am going to wind up now, because otherwise I'll sit here and waffle on for ages, because I do that. I don't talk to people face to face a lot these days, so I'm going to start talking. Who knows what's going to happen. Thanks for being here live, guys. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you had a great weekend. And keep shining your bright lights and being your, you know, the best version of you right now, and doing the best that you can, which you all are. You're all amazing. We all are, you know. We're all amazing beings of light who are just trying to navigate the physical journey as best that we can. So keep kicking on. doing your thing the best way that you can, and come from your heart. And hopefully we're heading in a direction now where more and more people are going to be doing this, and that we are just going to accept each other where we're at, and whatever comes into our experience, we just deal like that, and we just do mind our own fucking business and do us. And then hopefully other people are going to, we come together in that from that place of recognizing and loving each other where we're at. Huge love, have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah.